Hi everyone, welcome to Eve Math Tutoring. Today's lesson is on dividing a multinomial by a monomial. So, say you were asked to divide 9x squared plus 3x minus 2 by 3x. So the question is really asking you 9x squared plus 3x minus 2 divided by 3x. So what you're going to do is, what you actually have to do is you have to divide each one of these by the 3x. So you're going to divide 9x squared by 3x, and then 3x by 3x, and then 2 by 3x. Okay? So when you do that, so now 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then x squared divided by x to the 1, there, you remember the rules for dividing two variables with the same base, you just subtract the exponents, so we get x to the 1, so we don't write anything here. And then 3x divided by itself is 1, and then this one here just stays as 2 over 3x, okay? Because we can't divide that, we can't reduce it any further. Okay, so that would be the answer for that one. And you might also want to mention that x does not equal 0, because if it did, then you would get an error here. It would be undefined. Okay. And we can try another example. So let's try another one. All right, let's try the following one. 3ab plus 2a squared b minus 5ab squared plus 3a squared b squared all over 15ab. Okay, so if we were dividing this, again, we're going to divide each one separately. So we're going to do 3ab divided by 15ab plus 2a squared b divided by 15ab minus 5ab squared divided by 15ab plus 3a squared b squared divided by 15ab. And the reason we divide it up like this is because this here is the same as this. And you know that because of the rules of fractions. In fractions, if you have the same denominator in fractions, you can go ahead and add them over that same number and add and subtract the top numbers. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just doing it in the opposite way. So it's kind of like if you have 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 4 all over 7, it's like rewriting that, okay, no, wait a minute, yeah. It's like rewriting that as 3 over 7 plus 2 over 7 plus 1 over 7 plus 4 over 7. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing here, except we're just using algebra. Okay? And ultimately, these would give you the same answer. So, I mean, over here you would get 10 over 7, and over here you would get 10 over 7 also. Okay, so this would be 10 over 7, and this would be 10 over 7. So they are equal to each other. So that's why these two here are equal to each other. Okay, so now, once you do that, you can go ahead and start dividing using the rules for division in algebra. So now 3 goes into 15 once, so that can reduce to, it's still going to stay as a fraction, so it's going to be 1 over 5. And then the a's cancel, and so do the b's. So that one just becomes 1 over 5. 2 doesn't go into 15, so I have to write those in. A squared divided by a, so when you're dividing two variables with the same base, you just subtract the exponents, so that becomes a, and then b cancels out b. Minus 5 goes into 15 once. We can divide the top and the bottom of this fraction by 5. The a's cancel, and we're left with b on top. So the a's cancel because a to the 1, over here we're doing a to the 1 minus 1, which is a to the 0, which is equal to 1. So that's why you don't see it over here. Okay? Over here we've got b squared divided by b, so that becomes b squared minus 1, so b to the 1. So that's why the b is still here. Okay? So now over here we've got 1 over 5. Wait a minute, this should be a 3. So that's 1 over 3. This one here is 1 over 5. a and then b squared, so just 1ab. So that would be the final answer there. Okay, you don't even need to write these ones here. You could just write it as 1 over 5 plus 2a over 15 minus b over 3 plus ab over 5. Okay. And the question would say, would ask you to divide this. So the question would have to say divide, okay? We can try one example with a negative number on the bottom. So say you're asked to divide 6x cubed y minus 8xy squared minus 2x4y4 divided by negative 2xy. So in this case, again, we take each one and divide them out by themselves first. Minus 8xy squared over 2xy. Now over here, we have two negative. Okay, now this here, okay, this is still negative on the bottom, so I have to watch out there, okay? Minus 2x4y4 over negative 2xy. Okay, now we go ahead and divide. So 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 3. X cubed divided by x to the 1 is x to the 2, and the y's cancel. This becomes a plus. 2 negatives become positive. 4, the x's cancel, and you're left with y. This becomes positive 1. X to the 4 divided by x is just x to the 3, and then y to the 4 divided by y to the 1 is just y to the 3. Okay, so that's how you would do that example. Okay, so pretty straightforward. So this is dividing a multinomial by a monomial. Okay,